Hello, future mommies. It's Alexa here. I decided to film a update video. It is Monday, April 27th, and I am on my way into work. So I figured I would just, shoot a really quick one since I'm almost there. And don't mind the Ariana Grande look here, guys. I tried to go for a ponytail this morning and I was half asleep when I did it, so it's not really the best. So I've got to go back and fix it. Anyway, that's not the point. So, update. I am on day 14 of my cycle. I think I ovulated over the weekend. I'm pretty positive. If I didn't ovulate over the weekend, I probably am going to ovulate for sure today. I am trying not to get my hopes up for this month, only because my husband and I were on point as far as baby dancing. I was looking back at my previous cycles on my Glow app, and for the month of March, we maybe had sex 2 to 3 times during my fertile window, which is not good. And it kind of is making sense as to why we didn't end up pregnant, because we weren't having sex like we were supposed to. I feel like it's what I'm hoping. This month we were on point. He was really cooperative. We had sex, I think 5 out of the 7 days. We had sex at all the right times. And we tried to do it in the mornings. The mornings do seem to help a little bit with him. Just because I think at least for him, he's always said that's something nice to wake up to. It just puts you in a good mood. So as far as that, if I don't end up pregnant this month, which I probably won't, let's be real, this is my first real cycle of actually doing it the right way, so it probably won't work, but I can always dream, I guess. But at least for my next cycle going around the next time, I think I'm definitely going to have to do it this way, because the evenings he's tired, he's exhausted. Even working from home, he's still got a lot on his plate, and I'll kind of go into that in a separate video later. But long story short, he's working from home and he's doing not only his job, but him and another coworker are doing a couple other people's jobs, because a couple people in his department are taking advantage of the fact that they don't have to be at the office, so they're not really doing anything. So bottom line is, he's stressed out. Sometimes he's just not in the mood when he gets off of work. He just wants to chill and not do anything. So morning sex is probably better for my husband. Only hard part on my end is on the days like right now, I'm not having to wake up as early as I was before. Whereas once all this quarantine shit is over, especially once I start going back to the gym and working out again 3 times a week, I'm going to have to get up at 4 a.m. Which, a baby's worth it. I'm going to have to, when the time does come and we do have a kid, I'm going to be getting up every couple hours anyway. So that's just been a little bit of the harder part, is trying to force myself to wake up. And honestly, y'all, how do I put this? I'm not good at being sexy. I'm just not. I'm awkward. And, I kind of know the basics of what to do, but we'll give an example. I tried to give my husband a lap dance a couple months back, and I started laughing so hard because I felt so cringy and so awkward, which in turn made him laugh, and then we ended up laughing the whole time and never had sex. So, and granted, don't be all up in his grill, don't be getting up on him. He was really good. He was trying to take it. I was the one that immediately started laughing because I'm like, I can't do this. So, any women out there that have any tips on how to be sexy, please help me out, because it's just sad. You would think after being with somebody for 11 years and married for almost 5, I would have figured it out, but I haven't. I'm still awkward. I don't really know how to be sexy, and I don't know. Maybe it'll get better. Anyway, guys, so I'm really, really hopeful, I guess. I'm trying not to be hopeful because I've been hopeful in the past, and I've gotten my heart broken with this. So this is really our first, like, I would say honestly, it's really our first go around of actually trying, because not only the month of March, but even, January and February. And granted, I think my cycle was still trying to get back to normal in January and February. But January, February, we weren't having sex enough. I think that's the problem. We were having sex maybe 2 to 3 days around my ovulation, which I guess is good, but at the same time, you really should be having it almost every day during your fertile window, which I know now. It was nice too, taking all the strips and everything, saving those. I did start a little notebook, and don't freak out. I cleaned everything, obviously sanitize everything before I put it in the book. I know there's pee on those strips. My husband, that was the first thing he said. He's like, oh my God, you're putting pee-filled strips in a notebook? Ew. I sanitize that shit before I do that, so just saying. But it's nice to be able to see, and it'll be good to see, like, for other cycles. So this was my first cycle, tracking it with a notebook. So I'll not only have my app, but I can also go back in my notebook maybe next month and be like, okay, well, I started to get kind of a faint line on this day, and then I'm pretty sure I got an LH surge on this day. So it's just nice having that second, thing to be able to look at. So I don't know, guys. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm excited at the same time, because it was nice having my husband in sync with me, and he really kind of grasped the picture of everything. He realizes now how important it is, and he even said something to me yesterday or Saturday and was like, yeah, I did not realize how much work it takes, because there are so many women that just get pregnant without even trying, and sometimes it's just not that easy for some people. I unfortunately happen to be one of those people. Now, it's because I've been off the pill. I'm going off the pill. If I had not been on the pill for, a significant amount of time, we probably wouldn't have this issue. But because I was on the pill, obviously your body can take a while to adjust. So anyway, so I think he's finally, like, getting the picture, whereas a couple months back, I don't think he was really understanding it as much. And, like, he was like, yeah, I want a kid, but, I don't really get why we have to have it at this day and this time. Now, and especially after talking to my cousin's wife, and she really gave me the lowdown, and I gave him the lowdown after speaking with her, I think the light bulb did finally kind of go off in his head. So I'm hoping from here on out that we will be in sync, that he will be understanding like he was this month. Like I said, this month he was great. So I'm hoping next month will be about the same. It also helped this month because my ovulation fell on a weekend. It is so much easier to baby dance during the weekend. I cannot tell you, like, this was really, really nice to have it happen on a weekend. I think I got, like, so basically my surge lasts at least a day or two. So day 11, the end of day 11, I get a positive, like a, peak. And then day 12, most of the day, is, like, still pretty high. So day 11 and day 12 are my big days, I guess. So we made sure to, really get on that ASAP this weekend. So yeah, day 11 and day 12 fell on Friday and Saturday. So let's see, Thursday night or early Thursday morning, we did it. Friday afternoon, we did it. Saturday morning, we did it. And yesterday morning, we did it. So I don't know, guys. I am trying not to get my hopes up. It's hard. I mean, it's hard not to every month. I mean, last month I knew I wasn't going to be because the timing just was off, and, I just knew it wasn't going to happen. So, I mean, was I disappointed? Yeah, but I kind of figured that it wasn't going to happen because I know we didn't do it right. But this time around, I don't know. I mean, I feel a little bit more confident, but then again, I'm also not trying to be confident because I was confident back in December. because we did it all the days during my quote unquote fertile window. And then again, I wasn't doing the ovulation strip, so I might not even have been ovulating at that point. But now, this month, I've had the ovulation strips for 2 months. I've been tracking, and we made sure to have sex 5 out of the 7 days. I usually, this month what I did, because I know you're supposed to start having sex a couple days before ovulation. I usually my husband and I started this month on day 9. So we did 9. I can't remember if we did day 10. I don't think we did or not. I also have to be really careful with having sex every day. If I have sex every single day, I can get really bad yeast infections. There was a weekend one time, Andrew and I went on a long weekend after we got married, and after a wedding, you're just all over each other all the time. So we went on a camping trip, and we were gone about 3 or 4 days. And I mean, we went at it like at least twice a day that whole weekend. I came home and I had the most god awful yeast infection I think I've ever had, just because we did it so much and we didn't really give our bodies time to rest. So now, with us trying for a kid, like I'm on a good probiotic. I'm making sure that he's warming me up in certain areas. But, I'm afraid to do it every single day, because if I do get a yeast infection, I'll be out of commission for at least 2 days. Which, doesn't sound like a big deal, but if it's around the time of ovulation, that can really mess things up, because those are crucial. So we're trying to be really careful as far as that. Let me put my mask on. If not, I'll get yelled at. So yeah, guys, I am going into this week trying to be positive. I am hoping that I still have an appointment with this new OB that I'm supposed to see. I haven't gotten a call that it's been canceled yet, so I'm really praying that it still happens. I was bummed in April that we had to cancel it. And then they're like, oh, well, May 1st, we should be able to see you, but I don't know what's going to be happening right now as far as the healthcare system. I mean, I'm still working. My building's open. My 2 buildings are open, but I don't know as far as like the obstetrics department over at the hospital that I want to, have my baby at when the time does come. So I don't know. I'm really hoping that I can go, because I think talking to her and letting her know how I've been feeling, asking her questions, I think I'll just come out of there feeling a little bit better about things. So I'm really hoping and praying that it still happens. I can't think of anything else. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm supposed to get my period, I think, next Thursday. Next Thursday or Friday, sometime, I think it's the second week of May. So, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody's been staying safe. I really don't want to be at work today, especially after having such a good weekend with my husband. I just I just don't even, and it makes me wish that I could stay home, because I think it would be so much easier to try. Honestly, I feel like it's easier sometimes if you are a stay-at-home wife, or even if you work part-time, because working full-time and trying for a kid is so incredibly difficult, because you just don't have a lot of time. I guess, yeah, you could do it in the mornings before you go to work, but it's hard because you have to wake up. If you're like me, I might take it way too seriously than other women, but I am one of those women that does prop after sex, at least for 20 minutes. I was doing it for half an hour, but I just can't lay there for 30 minutes. So I do at least 20 to 25 minutes. And when you work full time and you're trying to do it in the mornings, that's difficult, because then you have to time, okay, I have to get up. It takes at least 20 to 25 minutes for my husband and I to finish. And then that's another 25 minutes of me propping. So it's you have to time everything. But it'll be worth it one of these days. It will be worth it one of these days. So yeah, guys, I am just going to try to not think about it too much this week. It's going to be really, really hard, but I'm going to try not to think about it. I'm going to be looking forward to my appointment. And that's all I can do at this point. I watched a really good video from the Rachel McLaughlin girl that I follow for TTC stuff. And she posted a really good video that I just need to save. It was just basically talking about how God is not really denying us women who are trying to have kids. It's just a delay until he feels that we're ready for it. She and her husband have been trying for, I think, almost 4 years. And, you know, nothing's happened. There's nothing, I don't really even think there's anything wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with her. So I don't really know. There's a person next to me, so I'm probably going to have to stop in a second. But yeah, so I'm going to watch that video over and over when I start feeling sad or I start feeling discouraged. So, but I think I'm going to wrap this up, y'all. I got to go in, put my mask on, and try to get through this Monday and hope that it goes by quickly. But anyway, guys, I will give you guys an update. I probably will wait until next week to film after my doctor's appointment, just because I don't really feel like anything's going to change that much. Okay, good. She didn't look at me. Whew. I don't think anything's really going to change that much. So I will just let you guys know if I get my period, how my doctor's appointment goes, all that kind of stuff. So y'all just look out for another video, and I hope everybody's had a good week. Like I said, stay safe. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.